coming up on The Score.
A line drive snagged out of the air at shortstop by Paxton Berg.
Don't miss any of the action this season. Subscribe to 1490 The Score on YouTube to catch every pitch.
And with a double at second, Danner Wirtz helping his own cause, gets Roseburg a run on the board.
Now, let's head to the field for the pregame show. Here's the voice of Roseburg High Sports, Joey Keeran.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to South Eugene High School in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, as we get ready for Roseburg baseball coming up tonight here on The Score. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We're a little ways away from getting this one started. Beaver baseball wrapping up here on The Score. Now on to some high school baseball for you here this evening. As we get ready for it, we've got a conversation coming up with head coach Troy Thompson. I want to get to that and make sure we have time. I think we're running a little bit ahead of schedule, or we're running a little bit behind schedule, so we want to make sure we get to that. Our video stream is up and running at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, so find us there. You can watch today's game streaming live for free. We'll go ahead and take a quick time out here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We come back with our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview with head coach Troy Thompson after this on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We are on the road today on a beautiful Tuesday as the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the South Eugene Axe in game one of this week's three-game series. And joining us is Coach Troy Thompson for our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. And Coach, you guys took care of business last week. You got the wins you guys were hoping to get. How'd you feel as you guys came away from the doubleheader on Saturday, first league doubleheader of the season on the road, all those sorts of things? It seems like everybody kind of probably came out of that as good as you could hope for.
Well, that's the case for sure. When you are on the road in a doubleheader and you come out with 2 wins, you better take it and run. And our kids did a good job of putting ourselves in a position to win that game, first game on Saturday, and played well there in the 7th inning to take the lead and then hang on to it there in the bottom of the 7th. And then a great job in game 2 to come out and score early and then continue to score throughout the game. So, yeah, all in all, a good weekend for us, but that's just what it was. Like you said, the opening series, the opening league doubleheader there on Saturday, and we're kind of past that now and on to the next, and here we are today up at South Eugene and ready to go for this week against the South Eugene baseball team.
Yeah, now you guys get to kind of turn the page and really we're into the season now. I don't you can kind of feel like things have really started to get going for these guys. The response afterwards, obviously 3 wins to start out the league season is the way you want to be, but how'd you feel like the guys kind of showed back up to things on Monday as you guys got ready for this week?
I think they did a great job. We came in yesterday, had a good workout, and did what we needed to do for our pregame stuff in preparation for this week. And, we didn't spend a lot of time talking about what happened on last Tuesday or last Saturday. We talked about what needs to happen this week and how we prepare for that and the opportunities we have here in front of us starting today and through the rest of this week. So I think we're excited to be here. We're excited to play the game again and get out and get a chance to get on the field.
You know, I know every day is an opportunity for guys to get better, and there's always ways to improve on your game. But what are kind of some of the top priorities right now for this club? What are areas that you guys kind of find yourself maybe trying to focus on a little bit more as you guys do get those moments to kind of talk to the kids and work with them during practice?
You know, the positives about this group is in early going here and through our practices and in our first 9 games already this year. It seems like it's going fast when you look at it like that.
Yeah.
But they've proven they're pretty resilient, and we're a group that's not going to get real high or real low during the course of a ball game. We like to kind of stay that steady pace and steady mentality, and that has worked well for us. Last week in a couple games where we didn't lead through the whole thing and we didn't have the innings we'd hoped we'd have, but they stayed with it, and then at the end of the day came out with the wins that we had to have during those games. So they're pretty resilient, and the things we like to work on, and you and I have talked about this for years at this point, baseball's the same, the game's the same, so we need to continue to work on the mound, to continue to try to get ahead of hitters, early pitch strikes, throw multiple pitches for a strike, and to force contact that we can play good defense behind. Of course, good defense being another thing that we try to work on every single day, and hopefully here today we prove it again, or get a chance to work on it again or prove it again. And then offensively, we've talked at length about that, not only getting on base, but putting good swings on the baseball, which we saw, a good job of our kids doing Game 2 Saturday.
Well, that was Coach Troy Thompson, and we got to cut it short here as we get things ready to go. First pitch of our ball game is fouled away by Paxton Burke, and we are underway here today. Joey Keeran here with you. That does it for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We'll run through the Southern Septic Service starting lineups here as we get off and rolling here today. A pitch, breaking ball missing high and away for ball 1. As on the mound, it is right-hander Mike Grilly that is getting the start for South Eugene. Leading off for the Indians is Paxton Burke, as he has been throughout the year. He takes high for ball 2. The switch-hitting Burke leading off for the Indians. Just a single game for us here today on a beautiful sunny day in Eugene. Saturday might be a different story as a swing and a miss by Burke, and he finds himself with a 2-2 count. We'll talk more about the Saturday conditions coming up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man in the top of the first. In this Southwest Conference battle, line drive shot towards center field will drop in for a base knock, and on safely will be Paxton Burke with the first hit of the ball game for the Tribe. Brings up Amos Bowers batting with nobody out and a man on at first. Might look to see him try to move the runner over. It is a bit of a breezy day here as the sun is shining. Your Southern Septic Service starting lineups from residential to commercial. Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Wind picking up just a bit more. Amos Bowers will stand in. Taking off from first goes Burke. Throw down to second base. It's going to kick away, and it rolls all the way into left field. Burke is going to get up and head for third. Left fielder Bryce Roberts will not get there in time to make a throw to try and check on Burke. That ball, I'm not sure whose foot it kicked off of, but it bounced away from the infield into the shallow left field, and Burke gets a stolen base to second, then moves up to third on the error. And so the Roseburg Indians now have a man at third base, trying to put a run on the board here early, and Amos Bowers not likely looking to try and bunt the runner around at this point in time. Look to swing away on the second pitch of his at-bat. It misses. Count goes to 2-0. So you had Burke leading off, starting at shortstop. Bowers, the catcher, batting second. There's a strike. Inner half, right under the letters. The right fielder, Fletcher Coleman, will bat third. Danner Wirtz, the pitcher, batting cleanup. A.J. Black, the third baseman, hitting fifth. Christian Corba in center field will bat sixth. Hitting seventh is the left fielder, Nick Ruiz. It's a breaking ball, sweeps away from the right-handed batter, Bowers. Brady Popkin at first base will bat 8th, and then Mason Young will be the second baseman batting in the 9 spot. And for those watching online, we did lose our video stream. I will try to get that back for us as there's a pitch high and inside. Coming in to score. Yes, the ball got away from Burke Sherman behind the plate, and it popped out of the glove. A pass ball allows Bowers to come around allows Burke to come around to score, make it 1-0. And Bowers gets on with the walk, and so the Indians will grab the early lead. It'll be a second here before I can get that camera back up and running for folks. Sorry about that. Tried out a new camera today, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the right fit for us going forward. So on the mound, Mike Grilly. Battery mate behind the plate. Burke Sherman, he delivers a pitch popped up the left side for Fletcher Coleman. Foul territory, and it's out of the range of Zane Brown, the third baseman. It'll be strike 1 for Fletcher Coleman, the right fielder. At first base is Bowers, already 1 run in. Burke reached on a single, stole second. The ball got kicked away. He moved to third on the error and then scored on a pass ball. Outside for Coleman, a 1-1 count. So I guess for those that are following with us on the video stream, you get the radio broadcast online. Fletcher Coleman, a 1-1 count here. Try to get it back up and going in between innings here. Grilly on the mound. Pick-off throw to first, not in time. Out at first base, Bowie Grahams is the first baseman receiving there. Bryce Roberts at second base. On the left side of the diamond, Zane Brown at third, Liam Donlin at short. In the outfield from left to right, Bryce Roberts, Gino Humphrey, and Miles Radetsky. The 1-1 pitch, grounder left side. Coleman will work it into left field. Donlin, the shortstop, couldn't get there in time. Up to second base goes Bowers. Second hit of the ball game for the Indians. And you've got runners at first and second. We're going to switch to the bigger graphic for those that are watching online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, and you can keep track of things. That doesn't have the count, so never mind. I'm going to go back to the other one. We're just making our way. Looking forward to being back at home coming up on Saturday. All right, Danner Wirtz will bat. And before the first pitch, stepping off the mound for Grilly. Danner Wirtz recently, found this out via his social media, was named the Prep Hitter of the Week by Prep Baseball Oregon after hitting .571 last week with a home run and 2 doubles, 5 walks, and 4 runs scored. He's got an RBI opportunity here with 2 runners on. Nobody out still for the Indians here in the top of the first. Some hollering from the dugout for new coach. It is Brian Derringer, the new coach for the South Eugene club. First year for him here. Grilly delivers to Wirtz, catches the outside corner with a breaking ball for strike 1. Out at second base after a walk was Amos Bowers. At first base, Fletcher Coleman after his ground ball through the left side of the infield. The 0-1 pitch for Danner is high, 1-1 count. All right, I'm going to try this. I'm going to crank up some crowd noise for you, and I'll be right back after I try to get the camera back up and going. Well, Danner with a swing and a miss there. Didn't miss much of the action. Come right back to you. It's a ball and 2 strikes here for Danner Wirtz with 1 run in so far. Nobody out for the Indians in the top of the first. There goes the camera again. This is going to be a problem. Ground ball, right side. And it goes to second base. Roberts will retire Wirtz at first. 1 away. Coleman gets up to second base. Bowers goes to third. Might have to make some adjustments here Well, we'll keep rolling right along here. We'll get that camera situation figured out. Always fun on the road. A.J. Black will come into bat with 1 out and 2 in scoring position for the Indians. First pitch swinging away. Lifts one high in the air out towards left center. That ball will drop between the left fielder and the center fielder. It's going to score at least 1. They've got A.J. Black holding at third, as coming in to score was Amos Bowers. A.J. Black with an RBI double out towards deep left center. And on the first pitch he sees, he drives in a couple of runs, and Roseburg has their 3rd hit in the game. And they add another run on the board. 2-0 they lead here in the first. Coleman up to third. A.J. Black at second. Christian Corba swinging away. Pops this one up on the infield. First baseman Bowie Grams will make the catch. Retires Corba. There's 2 away. It'll be Nick Ruiz that'll step in. On the mound, Mike Grilly facing his 7th batter. Delivers a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. So 2 runs in so far for Roseburg in this game against the South Eugene Axe here at South Eugene High School. 1-0 delivery for Grilly. Works out of his windup with runners at second and third. And misses just a bit high, a 2-0 count. Roseburg coming in at 6-3 on the year, 3-0 in conference play. They've won 3 straight. The ball belted in the air towards left field. And that's a foul ball by just a bit. Tough to see from our angle here exactly how far that was foul, but just foul down the left field line for Ruiz. Everybody back to their spots. A 2-1 count for Nick Ruiz, the junior. 6-3 on the year for Roseburg overall. 3-0 in conference play after sweeping their series against Grants Pass last week. South Eugene coming in at 0-8 on the year. 0-3 after a series against South Medford last week to start out conference play. 2-1 pitch. Just misses low and outside. The count goes 3-0 for Ruiz. Three balls and a strike. Ruiz chases a little upstairs on that pitch. Scott strike 2 against him with 2 down. Bases have runners at second and third. Ruiz, a full count pitch coming in with 2 down. Grilly will deliver. Ground ball goes left side. Charging the third baseman Brown. Throw to first. Will be there in time to get Ruiz. And that'll do it for us here in the top half of the first. 2 runs come in for Roseburg. We'll go ahead and take a timeout and come back here on 541radio.com and on the score at 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. All right, we've gotten at least somewhat set up here for our video camera. That'll clear off the screen there for us as we go. Well, some of it will. Oh, the joys. Welcome back here to South Eugene High School. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It is a 2-0 lead for Roseburg. And on the mound, it is Danner Wirtz, who's gotten the first couple of pitches in for strikes against the leadoff man, Gino Humphrey, the center fielder for South Eugene. He'll take low and outside, a 1-0 or 1-2 count. Earning my paycheck today, I feel. 2-1 from Wirtz. Or make that the 1-2, and now it's a 2-2 count. Danner Wirtz, the sophomore right-hander on the mound for Roseburg today. Behind the plate, Amos Bowers will run through the lineup for South Eugene here as we get our opportunities. Gino Humphrey, the center fielder, is the first man up to bat. Fouls off the pitch to stay alive. Humphrey will stand back in, 2-2 count. He'll take low for ball 3. Gino Humphrey, the junior, returning all-conference selection for this South Eugene club. He takes for ball 4. Go. Try to set this up here while we're on the air for everybody. You get to watch how the sausage is made here. First pitch misses to the 2-hitter. Swing and a miss, throw down to first, checking on Humphrey down there. Almost got it there in time. We'll have to adjust some angles here for you. This camera doesn't have the wide angle lens as the other one does, but it's going to stay on, I believe. All right, we get back to the action. 1-1 pitch, pick over to first base for Wirtz. So leadoff walk for Gino Humphrey. Jonah Alexander, the DH at the plate, will take a strike. A ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the first inning. Wirtz misses just outside, and the count goes to 2-2. Humphrey led things off. Alexander at the plate now. Burke Sherman, the catcher, is the third man due up. As we look through the starting lineup, brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Mike Grilly, the pitcher, will bat cleanup. Liam Donlin, the shortstop, hitting 5th. Bowie Graham's the first baseman, hitting 6th. There's a ball fouled away, out of play. The count stays even at 2-2. The second baseman, Bryce Roberts, bats 7th. Eli Bishko, the left fielder, will bat in the 8th spot. And Zane Brown, the third baseman, hitting 9th. There's a pick down to first, back in safely again. Goes Humphrey. The pitch missing low and outside to Jonah Alexander. He's got himself a full count. Wirtz has gone full against the first 2 hitters for the Axe. Runner going. Strike 3. No throw down to second base by Bowers, but they get the strikeout at the plate. Humphrey moves up to second base. And so Alexander goes down looking for a strikeout in the game for Wirtz. And the Axe have a man into scoring position with 1 out here in the first inning. They trail 2-0. Danner delivers in for a strike to start things against Burke Sherman, the catcher. Sherman, a senior for this Axe squad this year. He'll take a strike. Falls behind 0-2 against Wirtz here in this first at-bat. He takes a breaking ball in for strike 3. Looked like a slider to me. Watches it go by. And that is 2 away for the Axe. Back-to-back punch-outs for Wirtz after a leadoff walk to Gino Humphrey. And it brings up Mike Grilly, the pitcher, looking to help his own cause with a man in scoring position, see if he can cut the deficit in half. First pitch fouled away by Grilly. Last week on Saturday, game 2 of the doubleheader against South Medford. It was 4-0 South after the top half of the first. South Eugene was able to battle back and get a couple of runs across. But then the Panthers were able to pull away for a 16-2 win in game 1, or make that game 2. As the ball fouled away down the right side, out of play, goes to 0-2. Game 1 was a 10-0 victory. Both games finished in 5 innings on Saturday for the Axe. Mike Grilly at the plate. The 0-2 pitch gets away from Bowers. Up to third will go Humphrey. So man now at third base, 90 feet closer. Wild pitch putting Humphrey at third. He walks, stole second, moves to third on the wild pitch. Grilly with an opportunity to put a run on the board with 2 outs. Swings through it. That's strike 3, and that'll wrap up things in the bottom of the first. So we go to the top of the second. After a leadoff walk, 3 straight strikeouts for Danner Wirtz, and he keeps the Axe off the scoreboard. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. We go to the second inning, 2-0, Roseburg in front here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First pitch in the dirt for ball 1 to Brady Popkin, the leadoff man for the Indians here in the top of the second, leading 2-0 against South Eugene. Brady takes a breaking ball in the inside corner for a called strike as Mike Grilly continues to work. One delivery for Grilly. Ground ball goes by the third baseman, diving attempt for Brown, and that one just inside the bag for Popkin, who continues to hit well when he gets his opportunities. The senior, not an everyday player out there, but he gets his chances, and when he does, he makes the most of them. He gets himself on base, and that will be the third, make it 4th hit in the ball game for Roseburg. They had 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. 1 error helped out as well. Left a couple of men aboard. Nobody out. Leadoff man aboard for a second straight inning. The 9-hitter Mason Young takes in the dirt behind the plate. Sherman working hard, making sure that Popkin doesn't have a chance to try and advance. Mason Young will stand back in. Young will take a strike, 1-1 count. Pickoff throw to first. Popkin back in safely. Top of the second inning. 9-hitter up to bat. Mason Young trying to move a man over. He will bunt one down third base side, and the throw to first is in time. And that will get Mason Young on the sack bunt. Popkin will move up to second base. One away. And a man in scoring position for the top of the order. Paxton Burke will come into bat. Grilly now has seen the order once. Burke, his first time up, a single back up the middle. He'll hit one towards center field again. It's going to drop in front of Gino Humphrey, and Popkin up to third. They hold him there, and it's another base hit for Paxton Burke. He's got his second in the game, and it puts runners on the corners for the Indians. Fifth hit in the ball game for the Tribe. Amos Bowers, after a walk in the first inning, will get a chance to bat. Bowers eventually came around to score on a double by A.J. Black. Takes a strike, get things started. Step off, look back to first base for Mike Grilly. Amos Bowers comes into today, hitting just 154. Drew a walk in his first at-bat. That was his third of the season. Shows a bunt. He'll put it down third base side. That ball stays fair. Throw to first base is not in time to get him. Bowers will reach on an infield bunt. Single. 6 hits in the game for the Indians as Bowers finding a way on for a second time. Up to second base when Burke still at third is Popkin. Nobody scores on the play with one out. Bases are loaded. Heart of the lineup coming up here. Fletcher Coleman stepping into bat. Coleman takes ball one. He has been an on-base machine for the Indians. .452 on-base percentage for him this year. Leads the team with 10 walks on the year. Batting average is at 158, looking to try and bring that up, but he has been able to get on base and be productive. He has scored 6 times this season. That is tied for second most on the team. Takes high again, a 2-0 count to the lefty Fletcher Coleman. Coleman did have a base hit his first time up, worked one through the left side, was stranded at third. The Indians scored twice in the first inning, but left a couple of opportunities out there. Time called by Coleman. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Grilly will step off. He's not getting the signal that he wants, or not sure of the signal he's getting from Sherman behind the plate. They'll call time and head on out there for a quick conversation. While we got a break in the action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball here on The Score. We're in the top of the second inning. It's 2-0 Roseburg in front so far. Looking to add to it with the bases loaded and one out in the second. Fletcher will take a breaking ball inside. He goes to a 3-0 on the count. The one out so far, a sac bunt by Mason Young. At third base, Brady Popkin. Second base, Paxton Burke. At first, Amos Bowers. And a walk issued to Fletcher Coleman will bring in a run for the Indians. That'll be his 11th on the season for Fletcher Coleman. Picks up the RBI. So coming in to score is Popkin from third after his leadoff single. Bases stay loaded. Burke to third base. I'll double check Bowers. I'm not sure if they brought in a courtesy runner for the catcher. No, Bowers still running for himself out there. Breaking ball drops in for a strike to Danner Wirtz, who grounded out to second his first time up. Grilly delivers a breaking ball, just missing the inside corner. Not a bad pitch there, just a bit too far inside. The 1-1. Wirtz gets around on a fastball, line drive out into shallow right center. It's the right fielder, Radetsky, that comes up with it. One run will score. They go station to station. 4-0 Roseburg in front. Another base knock for the Tribe. Still just one out. Wirtz will pick up his first RBI of the game. Coleman goes to second. Bowers to third. Burke comes in to score. We do get a runner for the pitcher. Coming in to run at first base for the Indians will be Rylan Glasser. A.J. Black had an RBI double back in the first inning. He's looking to add to it. He does. Drives one just over the glove of the third baseman. A line drive shot into left will plate two more. Is coming in to score. All the way out at second base. Fletcher Coleman comes around to score. Easily scoring was Bowers. Roseburg tacks on two more. A.J. Black 2 for 2 in the game with 3 RBI out of the 5-hole. Line drive shot into left field. Glasser stops at second base, running for Wirtz. Roseburg now leading this one with 4 more here in the second. They're on top 6-0. Christian Corba popped out to the first baseman in the first inning. Bats for a second time here in the second. Grilly delivers a fastball at the knees for a called strike one. 8 hits total in the contest, 5 here in the frame for the Indians. Led by Coach Troy Thompson in his 24th year. We apologize we had to cut short our pregame interview with him. We kind of just show and go here at South Eugene. Ground ball left side, goes to the third baseman Brown. He'll tag his bag to get the lead runner. Corba will get on safely with the fielder's choice. There's 2 away. That'll get Glasser at third. He was the courtesy runner for Danner Wirtz. So 2 away. A.J. Black up to second. Corba on at first. Nick Ruiz is the 9th batter to come up to hit here in the second inning for Roseburg, leading 6-0 on top of South Eugene. Ruiz hits a ground ball sharply towards short. Taking it to the bag himself will be Donlin. He will get Corba at second base, the force out, and that will finish off the second inning for the Indians. They score 4 more runs here in the second inning. 4 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors that frame, and 2 runners left on base for the Axe. We go to the bottom of the second, 6-0 Roseburg in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Bottom of the second inning, 6-0 Roseburg in front. South Eugene up to bat, and at the plate, Liam Donlin ahead, 3 balls, no strikes against Danner Wirtz, who walked the leadoff man in the first. Trying not to do it again here in the second. He'll work in a strike for a 3-1 count. Leadoff man in the second. And hit by the pitch. Donlin will have to earn his way on the hard way there. Instead of taking ball 4, that one clips his front arm. And a man on to lead things off for the Axe here in the second. They got the leadoff man, Gino Humphrey, on with a walk in the first inning. Now Donlin getting on here in the second. Bowie Grams will bat, the first baseman. Pickoff throw to first, not in time for Wirtz. Well, we had Oregon State baseball leading into our broadcast here today. Sounds like the Beavers did not finish off a sweep of the Washington State Cougars as a pitch misses. Ball 1 to Grams, and another one misses. Wirtz throwing a lot of pitches here. He's not attacking the strike zone as much as I'm sure the coaching staff would like. Falls behind Grams, another batter that gets a lead on him. Wirtz walked the first man in the first, then struck out the side. Put the first man on with a hit by pitch here in the second, and he has fallen behind. 7-6 final score for the Beavers and the Cougars in Pullman. Washington State, after losing 18-0, they come back and split the series, winning 7-6. Fastball's high, 3-0 count for Grams. Bryce Roberts waits on deck. That is ball 4. That was 4 straight out of the zone for Grams. He draws a walk. 2 runners aboard for South Eugene. It'll bring up Bryce Roberts, the second baseman, batting in the 7 spot in the lineup. Grams is a freshman. He draws that walk to get aboard. Bryce Roberts, the junior, shows a bunt. He'll take low for ball 1. And it has been a struggle for Wirtz here in the second inning to find the zone. I think he has thrown 1 strike so far. Time called before the next pitch. Roseburg softball in action, taking on South Eugene. They're off in the distance. Down the left field side, beyond the football and soccer complex, is a pickoff back to second. In safely goes Donlin. Amos Bowers not scared to throw to any of the bags. 2-0 count here for Roberts, and out on the mound, Danner Wirtz struggling to find the strike zone. That's going to prompt the visit out to the mound for pitching coach Steve Patterson. Breaking the action, let you know today's game sponsored by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Runners at first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Roseburg leading it 6-0 over South Eugene. On the mound right now, Danner Wirtz having some issues trying to find the strike zone. Coach Patterson will try to set him straight and get him back rolling out there as he faces Bryce Roberts, the second baseman. So softball's going on. See if we can maybe find a score on that one as we get into our ball game here. We've got lacrosse going on tonight as well for Roseburg, taking on Marist. It's a pickoff throw to second. Tag on the top of the helmet there for Burke, is sliding back in went Donlin. Roseburg boys lacrosse at home against Marist tonight at 7 o'clock. Girls are on the road here in Eugene taking on the Spartans. As the ball breaks away from the right-handed hitter, and Roberts ahead 3-0. A 7-hitter in the lineup. Roberts waits on the 3-0 pitch from Wirtz. And that will load him up as he misses again. Danner Wirtz has thrown 1 strike in this second inning, and he has walked the bases loaded. A hit batter on what would have been ball 4. Then a walk on 4 straight pitches to Bowie Grams, and a walk on 4 straight pitches for Bryce Roberts. Bases are loaded with nobody out, and on the mound, the sophomore Danner Wirtz having a hard time throwing strikes. He falls behind Eli Bishko. Bishko will swing away on a ball popped up into shallow right field. Diving attempt, could not come up with it. Fletcher Coleman knocks it down. He'll throw to second. They'll get the out at second base, a force out, but it does drive in a run. Eli Bishko with a bloop RBI single gets South Eugene on the board. Bryce Roberts got stuck in no man's land in a tough spot there. Could not quite go towards second base, with the possibility that Fletcher Coleman might get to that ball in shallow right field. So he had to hold up. He gets forced out at second, 9-6, not one that you normally write down. As a runner going, throw to second. They're going to get the runner out at second base. Eli Bishko tagged out trying to steal second at third base. Bowie Grahams did not try to head home on the throw down to second, so he stays at third. They get the runner at second. 2 away. And at the plate, I didn't catch if it was a strike or a ball. That pitch is high. Home plate umpire not going to give us a signal here. That pitch is low and outside. It is 3-0. Runner at third. 1 run in so far for South Eugene. Strike. And a throw down to second base. Not in time. I'll make that down to third base, I should say. Bowie Grahams sliding back in safely. Head first. Danner Wirtz. That pitch in for a strike at third base. The runner breaking for home. Going to get back into third base safely. Grahams was halfway to home as the pitch came in. Not sure what he was expecting on that. If it was going to be ball 4, there's nobody behind him to force him home. But Bowers doesn't get it to third base in time to get the tag in. There's a swing and a miss, and that's strike 3 to finish off the bottom of the second. So strikeout for Wirtz, his 4th in the game, but walks become an issue here in the second inning. He ends up walking 2, falling behind a lot of batters. He's walked 3 total in the game. And a run does come in on a bloop single into right field for Eli Bishko. It is 6-1 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Top of the 3rd inning. Right back at us on the first pitch. Gets by the catcher and hits off the wooden backstop here at South Eugene High School. Mike Grilly on the mound. Still working into his 3rd inning against Roseburg. He'll face Brady Popkin to lead off the inning for a 2nd time, and Popkin will get hit in the legs and head on down to first base. On base for a 2nd time for Roseburg's first baseman. So 1 on, nobody out. Mason Young will bat. Roseburg leading by 5 in this one. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Checking on Popkin at first base. He's in with a head first slide. First pitch to Young, goes off the glove on the inside corner, bounces off the backstop, and up to second base goes Popkin. A 1-0 count for Young with a man in scoring position. Behind the plate, Sherman just off the end of his glove and to the backstop. Mason Young last time laid down a sack bunt. That helped move Brady Popkin into scoring position. He's already there, so I imagine looking to swing away here for Young. Grilly, a very slow delivery. Misses high and inside. Very slow and deliberate delivery to the plate for the right-hander, as he was giving a good look at Brady Popkin out at second. The 2-0 pitch to Young. Time called before the delivery. Grilly very deliberate. Very deliberate on the mound. He takes his time going through his process. Two-0 pitch. Popped him up left side. Foul territory, giving Chase Brown the shortstop, and neither is able to get there. Donlin came over late. The shortstop might have had the better angle on it. That ball up and over the top for Zane Brown. Had to try and watch it over the top of him. Could not get there, so the ball innocently falls in foul territory for strike one. Nobody out. We're here in the top of the third at South Eugene High School. Grilly a long look towards second again. Now delivers to the plate. It's breaking ball. Misses elevated up above the strike zone. Delivering to Young. Grilly, the right-handed senior. They used a couple of guys on Saturday. Kingsley Aldrich and Jonah Alexander, both starting pitchers against South Medford on Saturday. Neither available to go too long today, but they could be used for 45 pitches total if they elected to do so. There's another hit by pitch for Roseburg. Mason Young draws the inside pitch off the front leg, and he will head on down to first. First two men on board here in the third with that hit by pitch. So that'll bring up Paxton Burke for a third time. He has singled twice and scored both times he's gotten on base. Roseburg's put up a crooked number in both the first two innings so far, leading 6-1 here at South Eugene High School. Popkin takes his lead out at second. Young at first. At the plate, the switch hitter Paxton Burke waits on the delivery from Grilly. It's a breaking ball outside corner for a strike. The South Eugene team kind of in rebuilding mode with their new coach. They graduated 7 seniors off of last year's team. As a ball lifted in the air out towards left field. Bryce Roberts, the left fielder with the glove, dropped it as he transitioned out of the glove to throw back in, so it's not a drop on the fly ball. First time they will get Paxton Burke in the ball game. He's the first out here in the third. Amos Bowers will stand in. Bowers is 1 for 1. He's reached on a walk as well. Last time up, he laid down a bunt single. He has scored both times he's been on base. 1 out, 2 on. Bowers waits on the pitch, got handcuffed, but he'll hit a soft liner out into left field. Popkin up to third. The throw comes in, will go all the way to the plate, but Popkin was holding at third. Does not try to challenge the arm of Bryce Roberts out in left field. Second hit in the game for Amos Bowers. Muscled that one out to left field after getting that ball down on the handle. Popkin up to third. Young up to second. Bases loaded with 1 out, and Fletcher Coleman, last time he was up to bat with the bases loaded in the second, drew a walk, picked up an RBI, later came around to score. Grilly will wind and fire. His breaking ball outside. 7 seniors graduate for South Eugene. Also had a couple of players transfer. Andrew Rodman goes to Sheldon, and Chris Binstadt goes to Marist. So they've got a lot of new faces that they are mixing in out there. As the ball fouled away by Coleman for new head coach Brian Derringer. He takes over for Elijah Simmons, who coached for 2 years here at South. Coleman, the lefty, takes the 1-1 pitch off the turf for ball 2. Take a look around the rest of the Southwest Conference here throughout this one. Roseburg, South Medford, and Willamette, the 3 teams that sweep the opening series of conference play last week. Pitch outside, 3-1 for Fletcher. Told you about that last week, that the schedule for Southwest Conference play, he now faced the same team 3 times in 1 week. As a pitch on the 3-1 is low for ball 4. Another bases loaded walk for Fletcher Coleman. His 12th walk on the season. He picks up another RBI. And coming in to score will be Brady Popkin. Mason Young will move up to third. Amos Bowers at second. Bases still loaded as Danner Wirtz, an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Hits one hard, just a bit foul down the third base line. So last week, Roseburg sweeping Grants Pass. South Medford swept South Eugene, and Willamette swept Sheldon. North Medford did not play a game in conference last week. The Black Tornadoes starting their conference season here today. North Medford is hosting Grants Pass. They are underway down at Jim McAbee Field here this evening. There's a pitch in the dirt. 1-1 count for Wirtz. South Medford down at Harry and David Field hosting Sheldon tonight. Breaking ball in for a called strike to Wirtz. He's behind a ball and 2 strikes. South Medford was leading Sheldon 2-0 after 2 innings there at Harry and David Field. The 1-2 pitch goes opposite field, pokes one out there. That ball is over the head of Radetzky in right field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Wirtz has extra bases, and he's going to clear the bases. Coming around from first, Fletcher Coleman heading to the plate. He's in, standing up on the triple by Danner Wirtz. A 3-run triple. Wirtz now with 4 RBI in the ball game. That ball just, he got enough of it to get over the top of Radetzky out in right field, who was playing in a bit. It kept carrying, goes all the way to the fence, and it'll score Young, Bowers, and Coleman. And Roseburg adds 4 more runs here in the 3rd inning. They lead it 10-1. First pitch swinging away for A.J. Black, who's had a nice day at the plate, but this time pops it up on the infield. It's caught by Grams at first. There's 2 down. Christian Corba will bat. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. A.J. Black there on the first pitch swinging away. He's driven in 3. He's got a double and a single in the day, but flies out for his first out of the game. Breaking ball misses for the freshman Christian Corba, who's coming off of a heck of a game 2 against Grants Pass on Saturday. Corba was the starting pitcher, went 7 innings, didn't allow a run, only gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. At the plate, Corba in that game was 3 for 4 with a pair of doubles. He drove in 5 runs in game 2 of the doubleheader against Grants Pass. He's looking for his first hit here today as he takes in the dirt for a 3-0 count. Like freshman is the 8th hitter to come up to bat here in the 3rd inning. Roseburg leading at 10-1. Mike Grilly on the mound, winds and fires, misses high, and that is a 4-pitch walk. That has been One thing that Grilly has not done much of, he gives up just his second walk in the game. Actually, that's not true. I just stopped tracking them all. 1, 2, 3. That is his fourth walk, and he has hit 2 batters. So that's an E-me. Walks, not a big issue, but have been a part of the game. 9th hitter to the plate. Nick Ruiz will bat. And that ball goes by the catcher, coming in to score. That is the courtesy runner, Rylan Glasser, coming in to score for Words. Makes it 11-1. Up to second base went Corba on the wild pitch. Second straight inning that Roseburg will send 9 batters to the plate. Ruiz was the 9th man in the second, but it was a fielder's choice to finish out the frame. Ruiz 0 for 2 in the ball game, trying for his first hit. The 1-0 pitch. That one gets through the legs of Sherman, and up to third base will go Corba on another wild pitch. This ball game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Call 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com. It's a 3-0 count for Ruiz with a man at third. Corba a walk and 2 wild pitches move him around the diamond. 2 outs in the top of the third. Roseburg leading by 10. Grilly winds and delivers. His breaking ball goes behind the head for Ruiz. And that'll bring in another run. And that was only ball 3, apparently. It is 12-1, and Ruiz will stay at the plate. So now it's 3-0. Bases are empty. Brady Popkin waits on deck. An opportunity to try and bat for a second time in the inning if Ruiz can find a way on. That'll be ball 4. Ruiz does draw the walk. 5th walk in the ball game for Mike Grilly. With 2 down. Ruiz on. And Brady Popkin batting for a second time here in the third. He led off the inning, getting hit by a pitch. Came around to score on the bases loaded walk to Fletcher Coleman. Takes a strike at the knees. 10 hitters to the plate. Grilly's 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball. Misses low and outside. Pickoff throw. Back in safely goes Ruiz. First Choice Health Insurance is a proud sponsor of our Roseburg baseball coverage. Your trusted team for all your insurance needs. First Choice Health Insurance. Popkin will ground one past the mound. It'll roll out to the shortstop, who will tag second base for the final out here in the third. Donlin gets there in time to put out Ruiz. Fielder's choice for Popkin. And the top of the third inning will come to a close. Roseburg puts 6 runs on the board. They lead it 12-1 as we go to the bottom of the third inning here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the order coming up for a second time for South Eugene here to begin the third inning. It's 12-1. Roseburg in front as the first ball fouled away by the leadoff man, Gino Humphrey. Danner Wirtz out on the mound, trying to settle in. It was a struggle in the second. He ended up walking two and hit a batter in there as well. There's a pitch off the mark, 1-1 count.
Let's go, Gino.
Humphrey drew a walk in his first at-bat against Wirtz. Challenges him with a high fastball, fouls it away. Humphrey waits on the 1-2, grounds it right side. Popkin comes in. It's going to be a play at first, and Popkin gets there to step on the pillow in time. It's kind of tough to judge sometimes here at the field level exactly where things are at out there, and I thought that Popkin was going to be a lot further away from the bag on that, and I thought he was going to have a hard time getting there before Humphrey, but Popkin able to do it with no problem. Got there in the nick of time. It was close, but got there in the nick of time. First pitch fouled away by Jonah Alexander. Pitch low and outside. 1-1 count for Alexander. A strikeout victim in the first. Went down looking. Looks as if they are scoreless between Roseburg and South Eugene in the softball game going on. Pitch misses low. 2 balls and a strike for Alexander. Jonah Alexander hit a home run across town at North Eugene in the season opener for this South Eugene club. He's ahead 3-1. Junior, big right-hander. DHing here in this one. 3-1 pitch. Fouls it away for strike 2. Gino Humphrey, the guy that led off things, he's the top returning all-conference selection for South Eugene, a first-team all-Southwest Conference outfielder last year. 3-2 pitch, fouled back by Alexander.
Stay aggressive.
Full count with 1 out and nobody on. Ball 4 to Alexander. He'll draw the walk. That's the 4th in the ball game for Wirtz. So runner on at first. Burke Sherman will bat with 1 out and a man on. Sherman, a senior. Swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Danner delivers, and he will hit him on the front shoulder. And that'll be the second hit batter for Wirtz. So 2 hit batters, 2 men on, first and second after a walk, and the hit by pitch. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Mike Grilly. Starting pitcher, he struck out swinging in the first inning. Left a man at third. He'll ground one towards third, and it goes up the arm for the third baseman, A.J. Black. Throw to the plate, not going to get a tag down. Throw back to third, and close play, not in time. So a run comes in for the Axe on the error. And Grilly will end up at second base. Sherman ends up at third after getting hit by the pitch. Coming in to score after the walk is Alexander. So you got runners at second and third with 1 out. A run in here in the third inning for the Axe. First pitch misses, ball 1. Just 1 out so far for South. Another breaking ball, tailing away from the hitter, missing the zone. Liam Donlin, he was hit by a pitch in the second, got on base, and came around to score. He swings and fouls one off. Some activity in the bullpen for Roseburg, which is down the right field side in the field of play. Kind of, I was going to say a la the Chicago Cubs, but they have moved their bullpens back behind the outfield fence. You've got Rylan Glasser that is throwing as a pitch high, throw down to third by Bowers is not going to be in time. Donlin ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Rylan Glasser, the lefty, is warming up in the bullpen for the Indians. Could be called upon here. As a ball lifted towards center field, Christian Corba is there. He makes the catch. He's going to throw towards third. They might have a chance at it. They will. Double play. Did the run count? No run. They'll only get the 1. The run does not come in to score before the tag at third. So the Indians will get out of things here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a double play. The tag at third comes in just in time to avoid giving up a second run, and Roseburg will lead 12-2 as we go to the top of the 4th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
We'll get a new man on the mound for South Eugene as we get things started here in the 4th inning. Zane Brown is going to move to the bump. And I think we get a new catcher back behind the plate. I believe that might be, no, Sherman's still back there. Had him written down as number 12, and it's number 13. So new man on the mound, Mike Grilly, will exit after 3 innings of work. Zane Brown will take over on the mound. Roseburg leading this one 12-2. That means we get a new 3rd baseman out there. That'll be Bryce Roberts. Moves over from second base. So at second base, first base is going to second, so Grams is now at second. And Grilly goes to first. Okay, got it all squared away. So Grilly will, well, that's why Grilly wears number 12. That's where I got probably the mistake written down with Sherman earlier. So there's all your defensive changes. The pitcher moves to first, Grilly over there. First baseman Grams will go to second. The second baseman Roberts will move to third. Third baseman Brown will move to the mound as we adjust things here going to the 4th inning for Roseburg and South Eugene. A 12-2 lead for the Indians in this one. Mason Young will be the leadoff man, then the top of the order up for a 4th time. Today's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. Mason Young does not have an official at-bat in today's ball game. Been hit by a pitch and a sac bunt. He lifts one to center field on the first pitch he sees from Brown, and it is caught in center field by Gino Humphrey. One away. Top of the order coming up. Burke is 2 for 3 in the game, a couple of singles and a couple of runs scored. Mike Grilly going 3 innings, gave up 10 hits. The first pitch outside to the switch hitting Paxton Burke. 10 hits, 12 runs. It's going to be one error in there as the ball goes to the backstop for a 2-0 count. Was an error in the first inning, so probably not all of them earned, maybe 11 of the 12. Burke lifts one foul out of play towards the high school gymnasium. Back behind us here at South Eugene High School on a sunny day in Eugene with a nice cool breeze coming through, keeping it nice and comfortable here at the ballpark. Wind and fire for Brown. The righty will miss outside. The count goes to 3-1 against Burke. Ground ball towards first, and it goes up and off of the body for Grilly at first. It rolls into foul territory, so Burke is headed for second. He's going to turn and go all the way to third, and he will get 3 bases out of an error at first base. Second error in the ball game for the Axe, and on base for a third time today is Paxton Burke. That ball just rolled into no man's land out there in foul territory down the first base side, and Burke knew that it was going to take somebody a long time to get there. With his speed, he wanted to get around. Pitch hits Amos Bowers in the backside, and he will get on safely. Runners on the corners now for the Indian. First pitch there to Bowers puts him on. Just one out. Fletcher Coleman batting. He has walked twice and had a single. He's driven in a couple of runs. The 2 walks coming with the bases loaded. Mike Grilly in his 3 innings allowed the 12 runs, 10 hits, 5 walks, no strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. St. Brown looking into the glove. We'll get the sign from Sherman. He delivers just a bit outside for a 1-0 count to start to the lefty Coleman. St. Brown, the junior. That ball fouled away just past the Roseburg dugout on the first base side. Today's game sponsored by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. And we want to say thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Roseburg Disposal. Had kind of an abbreviated pregame, but you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Outside, Coleman ahead, 2 balls and a strike against Zane Brown. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Coleman will take high, a 3-1 count. He has been a patient hitter in the 3-hole. Team high 12 walks on the season. That includes the 2 that he has here today. Line drive out towards left field. That will get down. Coming in to score will be Burke. Bowers will hold at second base. And a patient hitter found one that he liked. And then Fletcher Coleman deposits it out in left field. He drives in his 3rd run of the game. Gets a single to left field. That'll be an unearned run to come in against Zane Brown. 13-2, Roseburg in front, still just 1 out. First pitch to Danner Wirtz is called for a strike. So you do have a courtesy runner in for the catcher. Running for Roseburg is, let me double check my printed card, is not on the other one. They did bring up Dylan Gregory, and Dylan Shanks are with the team here today. So it is Gregory running out there at second base for the catcher Bowers. Ground ball left side will get through on the 1-1 pitch to Wirtz. And it'll be a bases loaded as they get it back in quickly. Gregory holds at third as Coleman moves up to second base, and Wirtz is on with his 3rd hit in the game to load him up. They will bring in Glasser to run for him at first. That's the courtesy runner. Bases loaded. A.J. Black up to bat. He is 2 for 3 in the game. He's driven in 3 already. That pitch just inside, just missing his right above the knees there. Almost got him. Hit by pitch would have brought in a run. Black gets around on one. That ball's in the air. It'll get down in left field. It's going to score 1 and make it 2. They're going to hold Glasser at third. Is coming in. Both Coleman and Gregory will come in to score on another extra base hit for A.J. Black, his second double of the game. He drives in 2 more. He's got 5 RBI on the day. First to third for Rylan Glasser, running for Danner Wirtz. And that'll put 3 more runs on the board for Roseburg, and they are on top 15-2. We'll get a pitching change here in the 4th inning. Zane Brown will get credit for a third of an inning, and they will go to a new man on the mound for South Eugene. We'll get all the details for you when we come back. We'll take a quick timeout for the pitching change here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
It'll be Jordan Moreno that'll take over on the mound for Zane Brown, who goes a third of an inning. Right now he's credited with 3 runs, but there's a couple of runners left aboard that would go to his total. He gave up 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts, 1 hit batter. Roseburg has put 3 runs on the board. They lead at 15-2 with 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Christian Corba stands in. The first pitch will get by. Coming in to score will be Rylan Glasser running for Danner Wirtz. A wild pitch comes in, and Roseburg's on top 16-2. A.J. Black moves up to third base. So Corbo 1-0 count to start with 1 man in scoring position now. Corba swings through a breaking ball for strike 1. Roseburg now with 13 hits in the ball game. Corba will take low, 2-1 count. Moreno, a right-hander, delivers the 2-1, fouled away by Corba. Corba is the 7th hitter to come up to bat here in the 4th inning for Roseburg. They're making their way through the order for a 4th time. That pitch hit him. Corba started to think about swinging at that one, got his hands moving, but tried to pull himself back out of the way, could not. And he will get on base with the hit by pitch. That'll put runners at first and third. Still just 1 out. Up to bat Nick Ruiz. Ruiz walked his last time up. He's looking for his first hit. He'll take low for ball 1. Right now, it is Ruiz, Corba, Ruiz, and Mason Young, the 3 guys that do not have a hit in this ball game. And they've all been on base at some point. And there's a pitch high, 2-0 count. Corba reached on a walk and now a hit by pitch. Also had a fielder's choice that got him on. Nick Ruiz has walked and reached on a fielder's choice as well. There's a strike across on the 2-0. Mason Young is laid down a sac bunt, been hit by a pitch, and then flew out to center field. So he's 0 for 1 despite being up to bat 3 times. 2-1 pitch. Ruiz takes a breaking ball for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The junior Nick Ruiz takes low, and the count goes full. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Full count pitch. Ruiz sends it in the air out towards center field. Gino Humphrey territory out there. He comes down with the catch. Tagging and heading to the plate will be A.J. Black. It'll be a sac fly for Nick Ruiz. And he picks up an RBI. And there are 2 down. Still at first base is Christian Corba. Five runs in here in the 4th inning. It's up to 17-2. There's a line drive shot, and that one is a one-hopper off of Coach Thompson in the third base's coach's box. Brady Popkin may hear about that one in a little bit. 0-1 count. He's out in front of the pitch from Moreno. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. Top of the 4th inning here at South Eugene High School. Sheldon has taken a lead in the bottom of the, there after 4.5 down at Harry and David Field. Sheldon leading 3-2 over South Medford. Sheldon had a tough opening week to the conference schedule. They had a number of tight games with Willamette, just could never get over the hump to get the win against the Wolverines. There's a back pick down to first, Corba back in. No tag applied by Grilly at first. Does not get harder than leading 9-0 and then losing 10-9 against a team. Swing and a miss on the 2-1 offering to Popkin. And Moreno has a 2-2 count with 2 down. The right-handed Moreno delivers. Misses high and inside, a 3-2 count. Popkin is the 9th man to come up to bat here in the 4th. Roseburg sent 10 hitters to the plate in the 3rd, 9 in the 2nd as a pickoff throw to first. They sent 7 to bat in the 1st, 9 in the 2nd, 10 in the 3rd. They are sending 9 at the moment to the plate here in the 4th. Popkin gets around on the inside pitch, lifts it high in the air to left field. Ranging Roberts will run underneath it. And that will do it here in the 4th inning for Roseburg. But they add 5 more runs on the board, and they lead it 17-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Bottom of the 4th inning here at South Eugene High School. Tanner Ward still throwing for the Indians. He'll face Bowie Grahams. He's now playing at second base. First pitch swinging away. Belted towards left field. Nick Ruiz will circle underneath it. And he makes the first out of the 4th inning. Bryce Roberts has been all over the field, and he will come up to bat, the left fielder. Today's game brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Roberts a walk in his first at-bat. He'll take a strike from Wirtz, who comes out peppering the strike zone to start. Roberts was put out at second base from right field. After reaching on the walk, he got caught in between in a tough one on a bloop single to right field by Eli Bishko as a pitch outside, 1-1. Bishko has the only hit in the ball game for South Eugene at the moment, and it came with the bases loaded after a hit by pitch and 2 walks. So his bloop single into shallow right drove in the first run of the game for the Axe as a big swing and a miss on a fastball for strike 2. An error in the 3rd inning allowed South Eugene to put a second run on the board. And a hit by pitch on the 1-2 delivery by Wirtz. And so on safely will be Roberts for a second time. That is the 3rd hit batter in the game for Danner Wirtz. He has hit a batter in the 2nd, 3rd, and now again here in the 4th. 1 on, 1 away. Bishko takes strike 1. There's another strike across. Eli Bishko starting in left field. Actually, this is not Bishko. It's Moreno, as they had made the pitching change. Throw down to first, not in time. Strike 3 taken by Moreno. Bishko was in left field. They bring him out for the pitcher, and Moreno was batting there. He takes 3 pitches, goes down looking. Pickoff throw to first, gets away from Popkin. It'll roll into the bullpen. Coleman will back it up. Up to second base goes Roberts. Second error in the game for Roseburg. With 2 down, now a man at second base. 5th strikeout for Danner Wirtz on that punch out to Moreno. A 9-hitter is Zane Brown. He was a strikeout victim in the 2nd. Pickoff throw to second base, and Roberts back in. Wirtz will deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Brown. That's lifted well out towards left field, turning and running. That one will hit at the base of the wall, and it'll drive in a run. And just ahead, no, not in time. The throw beats Zane Brown to second base. A run will score on the single for Brown, but he tries to stretch it into a double, and they get it back in time to get it. Left fielder Nick Ruiz gets it back into Burke, who finds Mason Young at the bag for the tag to finish things off here in the 4th inning. Roberts scores on the single by Zane Brown, but that's all they get. It is 17-3 as we go to the top of the 5th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
(17-3) our score as we begin the 5th inning here at South Eugene High School. It'll be Mason Young leading off for a second consecutive inning. He faces Jordan Moreno for the first time. He takes ball 1. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Young fouls off the 1-0 pitch. Mason Young 0 for 1 on the day. Sack bunt, been hit by a pitch. He scored a run. Also hit one to pretty well out to center, but it was pretty much dead center field where Gino Humphrey was waiting. He'll hit one out towards center again, not very deep this time, but Humphrey will be able to run underneath it. That'll retire Young, 1 away. Top of the order coming up for a 5th time. Paxton Burke is 2 for 4 in the game last time up, reached on an error, got all the way around to third on a ball that bounced off the glove for Mike Grilly at first. Grounds one right side. It will get through for Burke, and he is on with his 3rd hit in the game. 14th hit in the ball game for Roseburg. Just snuck that one between first and second there for Burke. He has reached on a couple of grounders and a soft liner to center. 1 on, 1 away. Amos Bowers will bat. He is 2 for 2 in the game, a walk and a hit by pitch. Bowers has been on base all 4 times. The first 3 times he was running for himself, he scored each time. Last time, they brought in a courtesy runner who would come in to score. This time, Bowers lifts one high in the air. It's the shortstop, Liam Donlin, that will make the catch just into the outfield grass. 2 away. So Moreno has been able to minimize the issues here in the 5th inning. Fletcher Coleman, he's been on base all 4 times. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. He's driven in 3. He's walked twice, and those 2 walks both came with the bases loaded. Coleman takes a strike on the corner. With Paxton Burke at first, Coleman will take high, a 1-1 count. Two teams will be back in Roseburg coming up on Saturday for a doubleheader at Champion Car Wash Field. As a ball fouled left side, it gets down. That'll be strike 2 for Fletcher Coleman. Doubleheader starting at noon on Saturday, although there does appear to be some weather in the forecast. There was a decent chance for rain, it looks like. A pitch just off the outside corner for Coleman. Let's see what the Apple Weather app is telling me for Roseburg coming up on Saturday. 2-2 to Coleman. Grounds one right side. In front of it is Grams, but it goes off his glove into right field. Burke is going to head all the way to third. On with the error is Fletcher Coleman. Burke will go all the way to third on that same error. Runners on the corners with 2 down. Just the 3rd error in the game for South Eugene. Tanner Wirtz takes low for ball 1. Wirtz in the ball game, 3 for 4. He's got a single, 2 singles and a triple. He's driven in 4. Strike taken, 1-1. Right now, my native Apple Weather app telling me 95% chance for rain coming up on Saturday with a high of 55. Breaking ball misses in the dirt, 2-1 count. So yeah, it's not looking ideal for baseball on Saturday. We'll see how things play out for us with the turf field down there. 2-1. That ball hit out towards right field, well struck, well over the head of the right fielder Radetsky, who will chase it all the way to the fence. Wirtz is going to have extras once again. He is running for third, and that is where they will have him stop. His 2nd triple in the ball game for Tanner Wirtz. It drives in a pair. And he has belted another one opposite field. He's done that twice in this ball game now. Burke and Coleman both score on the play. It is now 19-3, Roseburg in front. A.J. Black has had a nice day with a couple of doubles. He's driven in 5. He takes low for ball 1. They bring in Rylan Glasser to run for Wirtz at third base as A.J. swings and misses. 1-1 count. Danner Wirtz, he's gone opposite field 3 of his 4 at-bats, or 3 of his 4 hits. And he's hit a couple of triples over that right fielder out there. Miles Radetsky has been having to chase the ball out there in right. Ball and 2 strikes after a foul ball for A.J. Black. Moreno looking to try and get through things here. He's got 2 outs. He will miss high. Count goes to 2-2. AJ sits on an off-speed pitch, lifts it in the air out towards right center. Gino Humphrey will call off Radetsky to make the final out of the top of the 5th. Roseburg leads at 19-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Bottom of the 5th here, they're going to bring in a new arm on the mound. It'll be Rylan Glasser that'll try to close this one out for Roseburg. Danner Wirtz exits after 4 innings. Wirtz will get credit. The wooden backstop is quite loud when it gets back there. Rylan Glasser comes in. Danner Wirtz goes 4 innings. Will be in line for a possible victory here. South Eugene is down to their final 3 outs to play with unless they can score 7 runs here in the 5th inning against Glasser. It'll be the top of their order. Batting for a 3rd time here for the Axe. Gino Humphrey will stand in. And it looks like, I believe they have just made the straight switch for Wirtz. I'm not sure if Wirtz maybe will stay in as a DH if they needed him to bat, but he doesn't stay in the game defensively at first base where he normally plays. They keep Brady Popkin over there. 1-0 pitch is fouled away by Humphrey. 1-1 count. Gino Humphrey 0 for 1 in the game against Danner. He walked and grounded out to first. He's got the 1-1 count. The lefty Glasser delivers, and Humphrey will foul off another one. I want to say thanks to Bowers Industrial, our pregame coaches interview sponsor. Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. 1-2 from Glasser. Ooh, just misses inside. 2-2 count. That fastball didn't look off by much for Rylan. Humphrey 2-2 pitch as he stands back in. Fouls another one away. And we want to say thanks to Southern Septic Service, our starting lineup sponsors. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. They are woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. 2-2 for Glasser. He delivers and will miss low. The count will go full to Humphrey. Bottom of the 5th. Roseburg needs 3 outs to get a 5-inning victory, and that ball fouled away by Humphrey. While we got a break in the action, let's go ahead and pause for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on The Score. Gino Humphrey will send one out to deep left center field. He is on with a leadoff double here in the 5th inning. Got behind that one, belted all the way. It short hops into the fence. He got a hold of that one, and he will be in scoring position. He's on base for a second time in the contest. Jonah Alexander will bat. He is 0 for 1, walked his last time up, eventually scored on an error. Third hit in the game for South Eugene. First pitch to Alexander, high and away, ball 1. Put together the numbers on Danner Wirtz here. Strike across, Glasser against Alexander. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Alexander finds himself behind a ball and 2 strikes against Rylan Glasser, the lefty. Danner Wirtz gives up 2 runs on 2 hits in 4 innings. He had 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 3 hit batters. Only one of those is an earned run. As a swing and a miss by Alexander. We'll finish it off, and Glasser will get his first strikeout. There's 1 away. Burke Sherman will step up to bat. Glasser delivers high and away. Rylan Glasser, lefty. He is just a sophomore, and he's got some good velo coming out of that lefty. A 1-0 pitch from him, missing outside again. Behind the plate, Amos Bowers having to work back there. Those pitches testing the limit of his reach across his body. 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Chasing high and away, Sherman. 2 balls and a strike. Mason Young holding on Gino Humphrey out at second base. Glasser, swing and a miss, gets the swing and a miss. They throw down to third as Humphrey tries to steal third base, and he is thrown out by a couple of steps. Good throw by Amos Bowers behind the plate. Got it down there to A.J. Black at third base, and he was able to easily turn and make the tag. 2 down, a 2-2 count at the plate for Burke Sherman. Glasser needs 1 more here to finish it off. I'd say in a shortened game, but we've been going for an hour and a half here. The game has not necessarily been condensed on the number of minutes as time called. Again, the 2 teams will meet in a doubleheader coming up on Saturday in Roseburg, barring any sort of weather delays, which could be a possibility. 2-2 pitch from Glasser. Swing and a miss. A strikeout to finish it off. Second in the game for Rylan Glasser. And that'll do it for today's ball game between Roseburg and South Eugene. 19-3, the final score in 5 innings. Roseburg gets the victory. They'll win their 4th straight. Roseburg goes to 7-3 on the year, 4-0 in league. South Eugene falls to 0-9 and 0-4. We'll come back with the postgame show after this here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Back here at South Eugene High School as we wrap it up for you here today. All right, Roseburg Indians get a big win on top of the Axe. Your final score, 19-3, most runs in a game for Roseburg this season. 19 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors, 7 men left on base for the Indians. 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors, and 3 men left on for South Eugene. Getting the win will be Danner Wirtz. Not necessarily his sharpest outing, but he got plenty of offensive support. 4 innings, he allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, only one of them an earned run. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 hit batters. Rylan Glasser threw a scoreless 5th inning. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. On the other side, taking the loss, Mike Grilly. He goes 3 innings, gives up 12 runs on 10 hits, 5 walks, no strikeouts, 2 hit batters. And also pitching in this one, Zane Brown gave up 5 runs and a third of an inning. Jordan Moreno gave up 2 runs in an inning and 2/3. Roseburg scores in all 5 innings. They get 2 runs in the first. They score 4 in the second, 6 in the third, 5 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. South Eugene scores their 3 runs, 1 in the second, third, and in the fourth. Taking a look at some offensive numbers, 3 hits in the game for Paxton Burke. He scores 4 times. Amos Bowers gets on base 4 out of 5 times. He ends up going 2 for 3. He scores 4 times, although once was the courtesy runner. Fletcher Coleman goes 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, 2 walks. He had 3 RBIs, scored 4 times. Danner Wirtz goes 4 for 5 in the game with a pair of triples. He also had a couple of singles. He ends up driving in 6 runs. He scored twice. A.J. Black was 3 for 5 in the game with a pair of doubles. He drives in 5. Corba scored a run. He was 0 for 2 in the game, walked and hit by a pitch. Nick Ruiz was 0 for 2 in the game, a walk and a sac fly. He drives in a run. Brady Popkin goes 1 for 3 in the game, a single, hit by pitch, scored twice. And Mason Young was 0 for 2 in the game, hit by a pitch, scored a run, also had a sac bunt in there. On the other side for South Eugene, Gino Humphrey goes 1 for 2 with a double, also walked. Jonah Alexander was 0 for 2, walked and scored a run on an error. Burke Sherman was hit by a pitch to get on base, but he struck out twice. Mike Grilly reaches on an error, struck out. Liam Donlin got on base, hit by a pitch, scored a run. Bowie Grahams got on base with a walk, 0 for 1. Bryce Roberts was 0 for 0 in this one, walked and hit by a pitch, scored a run. Eli Bishko had the first hit of the game for South Eugene, a bloop single that drove in the first run of the game for the Axe. And Zane Brown goes 1 for 2 with an RBI single in there as well. 2 teams will meet for a doubleheader coming up on Saturday, barring any sort of weather issues with Saturday, when we are expecting some rain in the Umpqua Basin. So we'll try to keep you posted on that and let you know on any updates to the schedule. 19-3, the final score here. Roseburg has won 4 straight. They will look to try and keep it going as they take on the Axe coming up on Saturday at Champion Car Wash Field. That's going to do it for us here from Roseburg, or from Eugene, as Roseburg gets the big win on top of the Axe. I want to say thanks to the South Eugene Baseball Club for hosting us here today. Big thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball team for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Thanks to Dale Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here today. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. Apologize for some of the technical issues we had early on in the broadcast. It's not an easy spot to broadcast from here at South Eugene, but we're happy that we got it stabilized and you were able to join us for the broadcast. We'll be back at home on the friendly confines of Champion Car Wash Field Saturday when Roseburg takes on the South Eugene Axe. Doubleheader scheduled to start at noon at the moment. We'll have the action for you streaming online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can also find us